Hello, welcome back to our second lesson in our Computer Science 1 course. We're learning Python. I have open the Thonny editor, and I hope you have yours open as well. I'd like to begin with just a brief review of what we learned in the last lesson, and then we're going to carry over to something different. So, the first thing I want you to type in is, do this with me, from turtle import star. And I know you don't necessarily know what that means yet. I misspelled from turtle import star. And like I said, I know you don't necessarily know what that means yet, but you will soon. But essentially, it's opening up the turtle commands. When we have Python, there are some commands that come already loaded, just a few basic ones. But in order to do some more advanced commands, which we're using in Turtle or specific commands, we have to open it up. And that's what from turtle import star does. Type it one more time in case you didn't see it. Okay, so now I can type really any command here and it'll make my turtle window appear, but I'm going to say show turtle. And you can see this little window here. There it is, that's my turtle. And I'm just going to try and share these two things right quick so that we can see both of them at the same time. Close the assistant right quick. There we go. All right, so just by way of review, we looked at some different things. We learned that we can change the shape, and the shape is a word, and words have to appear in quotes. There's a couple of words that don't, and those are words that are functions, like shape is a function, but when you pass it a word, you have to put it in quotes. Well, let's see how that works on the sheet that we have in our workbook. The workbook, by the way, if you don't have it, can be downloaded from my webpage on the Computer Science 1 link. But on page 2, you see we have several different commands, and whenever most of these are numbers. Forward distance is a number, right angle, left angle, go to X, Y, radius. But there's a couple of ones that are not, and that's color here and shape name. So we have to use in quotes those words, okay? Also, text. It must be entered into quotes, the text you want to write on the screen. All right, that being said, let's just review a couple of different things that we can do. We just changed the shape of the turtle. Let's take a look at the color. You're probably familiar with changing the color like that, but you can also change the color to a couple of different things by giving it two different colors. And then you have a pin color and a different fill color. So if you look closely, you'll see that my turtle has a red outline and a green in the middle. So I'm going to say begin fill. And then I'm going to say forward 100, left 90, forward 100, left 45, forward 50. Now, let's do 72. Then I'll do left 90, forward 72, left 45, forward 100. And I'm going to say end fill. Pretty cool, right? Like a little pentagon, little house kind of thing. So just a review of the commands and how we call them. All right, so here's the motivation for today's lesson. I'm done with that. I want to run it again. I want to see the turtle move around. What do I got to do? Well, I got to type in all those commands again. It's not really a program. It's interactive programming. It's very useful, very modern technique, but we want to make programs also that can be run over and over again. All right, so this idea, by the way, I want to make this point, this idea that we can have a simple set of instructions that a machine can do over and over and over again to accomplish a task is not that new an idea in human history. We have evidence of machines going back hundreds of years that could do simple tasks with turning a crank or something like that. They weren't electrical necessarily, but they were machines that could actually be programmed to do things. So what I want to do is I want us to write our first program. Now, if you're following along in the workbook, you'll notice that I mentioned the program called idle. I've actually switched over to Thonny since writing this. So the instruction is a little bit different. There are many programs you can use out there to code Python. Thonny is just the one that I recommend right now. So there might be just a couple different buttons, but this one I think is the same. We need to create a new program by going File, New. Well, I think I've actually already got one up here, but if that was closed, if this is empty here, you can go File, New, or click on the little paper icon there. And the first thing I want to do is save it. So I'm going to say Save As, and I want a directory where I can save it. I'm not sure where you're going to be saving stuff. That depends on you. You can do your documents. It could be like a Google Drive, so you can access it all different places would be a good idea. But wherever you do it, you need to make a folder, call it Computer Science 1, and then I'd like you to make a unit under that. Either call it Unit 1 or Intro Units or Introductory. I'll call it Unit 1. Intro with Turtle. But we want to keep these things somewhat organized, okay? All right. That looks good. That's where I'm going to save it. And I want you to call this program star. Now, the word star is actually going to become star.py because Thonny is going to add the .py extension, making it a Python file. All right. So here's the program that I want us to do. Let's pull that up. And let's see it. We're just going to type this program in right here. So go ahead and either looking at page 6 on your workbook or from the video, pause that and type that in. All right, welcome back. I've got the code coded in, and hopefully so do you. And let's go ahead and run it. We can go to Run and select Run Current Script, or you can just click on the green arrow. All right, welcome back. I've got the program typed up, and hopefully so do you. To run the program, we simply click on this green arrow, or we can go to Run and select Run Current Script. There are some things called debuggers. We'll show you how to work it step by step. I'll let you explore how that works out. Okay, here comes our program running. You'll notice the star being formed. Cool. We can run this over and over again now and see it happen. That's because it's a program. We've saved it. We can load it up in our Thonny and execute it anytime we want. And that's what it's all about. So what I want you to do for this lesson is I want you to answer some questions. First of all, I want you to do some internet search for me. I want you to see who's considered the first programmer in history. You might be surprised. Then I want you to write a program that makes an animation. I want the program to have a turtle appear, walk across the screen, and then I want the turtle to like yell and jump and get frightened by something. So, be creative. You can have some shape appear. You could draw a shape right quick, or just have the turtle imagine that it sees something. And I want you to use the text as well. I want you to have your turtle do some writing to the screen. Maybe yell yikes and run away. Then I want it to run away twice as fast as it came across the screen. So call that program Frightened Turtle. The next one I want you to do is I want you to make a turtle that makes this design. Notice that the yellow is on top of the blue and they're both on top of the red. Okay, and I'd like you to call that just Color Circles. I know it doesn't have a name there, but Color Circles is what I want that one to be. Finally, in part 4, I'm going to have you add a background image to your Frightened Turtle before you turn it in. So you could do that after you make the Frightened Turtle program and then come back into the circles. I'll let you figure out which order you want it to be. But read through those instructions and, have fun, okay? And then turn them into our classroom. All right, well, until next time, y'all, take care.